he couldn't. He had to go. Uh, he had to go out and let's see. It had to be a group of 5 guys or something like that. You couldn't go out by yourself because it's risky.
Where is Trinidad?
It's
Caribbean?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back from there, we had a fish thrown at us, but we missed it.
So there were German subs in the Atlantic there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one, I don't know. I didn't even know it happened until after, it was over. We went to general quarters and everybody went to the battle station and found out later the sub had thrown a fish at us. Yeah, it was kind of scary.
Mm-hmm. So where'd you go from there then?
I'm just trying to think. Oh, we came back, went to Bremerton, Washington.
So you went through the Panama Canal then, or
Yeah.
how was that?
We went through the Panama Canal to go to the Pacific. And that was something else. We gone through the locks and space about that much between each side of the ship. You could take a step off onto the land from the hangar deck.
Do they pull you through, or do they use the engines, or?
I can't remember. I don't know.
How long did that take to get through there?
About a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really neat. We had a lot of fun going through there. We got to the other side and then we went to Pearl.
Well, why'd you go all the way up to Washington?
I don't know.
Pick up?
I don't know. Might have been picking up air group.
Were you loaded with planes the whole time through?
No,
Yeah,
we got their planes in Pearl.
Pearl Harbor?
We went outside of Pearl and 15 miles out from Pearl Harbor was enemy waters. We operated out of Pearl for about 3-4 months. Go out and, well, the first island we hit was Marcus. It was right by Japan. We hit that. That was the first time we went into battle.
How many ships were in your group?
We had 2 carriers, 2 big carriers, and 1 battleship, I think. 2 or 3 cruisers, and then about 20 cans, 20 destroyers. It was carriers were right in the center, and then the battleships was next around, and the cruisers, and then the cans were outside for pickets for submarines.
Mm-hmm.
And planes coming in on us. That's how the task group. Then we'd be on what the heck they call it. Zigzag course. The whole task group is at a certain time. they would turn. And they do that for a certain length of time, then they turn another way. That's the way we zigzag, you know, like for cans for submarines. A couple times, I guess, a couple ships rammed each other.
Oh yeah. Did you travel all night like
Oh.
that?
Yeah, yeah. We had to, on radar, we had to really watch the task group. Yeah,
So you were a radar man, and how many were in the room that you were in?
well, the room was about the size of this, maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah, a little bigger than this. There must have been 6 or 8 of us in, and then maybe 2 or 4 officers. We had plotting tables where when we pick up a bogey or something, you know, we'd plot it and keep track of it until we shot it down. We had this one guy, Smokey Stover, that was an ace, began the war, and he became an ace, and for some reason, I don't know, they grounded him for a while. So he came aboard our ship and was in our group in the radar, and he didn't do anything but sit and look out the porthole was all. And finally he got back into the air, and he got shot down, and they never found him. But he was a nice guy. He was maybe 4 or 5 years older than I was.
So how old was that? About 24 or
Huh?
about 24, or
Yeah.
you were about?
When I went in, I was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, radar was. Oh, the reason why I got into radar was I was on a ship burning garbage, you know. Great big furnace, and these openings was like that, and you could throw just big boxes in. You know, you couldn't throw anything over the side because the subs could track it, and hotter than blue blazes. All the time I'm burning, I'm thinking, I'm getting my ass out of here, you know. So this one time in the plan of the day, they said anybody who wants to try out, take a test for radar, you know, come up and see us. So I went up there and they interviewed me and all that. And then we took the test and I passed the test. And then we went back to Pearl Harbor, and we went to school there for a month, you know, while the ship was in Pearl. Then I became a radar, which was a good rate. You could do everything that was going on, you know. They had operations. Well, we could see the operation before the rest of the crew knew what was going on. Radar and air plot worked together. We worked with all the pilots. We had sound power phones that we talked to the pilots.
So when they were up in the air, could you tell them where the enemy was?